is to die for. We are talking about a total murder mystery. I'm Detective Spade and I'm bringing you along in a day at my life at the Arctic Cold Storage. Grab your popcorns because this case was a total roller coaster. The air in the warehouse was cold enough to freeze your thoughts. Smells of salt and industrial ammonia. In the center of the floor was our victim, James. I did my professional blood collection, but then I spotted the main character of the scene. A brass doorknob with a mysterious mirror. I swapped it immediately, thinking, please let this be the smoking now. The lab results were such a buzzkill. The blood on the knob belonged to the murderer and not the victim. It was of type O negative, but the DNA, it was totally wrapped up by some harsh cleaning chemicals. Now I had a list of 6 suspects who were on the night shift. One of them, Julian, was missing.
Oh no.
He said he rushed home due to an outburst of gas line at his place. Now, upon interrogating the remaining 5, 2 suspects were cleared within minutes. Their blood groups, A positive and B negative, didn't match the O negative found on the knob, and their alibis were strong enough with proofs. The remaining 3 suspects, the floor manager, watchman, and the technician, all shared O negative blood group. Without DNA, it was staring at a forensic dead end. But then later that evening, Julian finally made his entrance. He was AB positive, so he was completely cleared. However, he dropped the biggest spoiler. Earlier, he had seen Miller with someone heading to the archives, and apparently, things were getting heated. As soon as I heard that, I sprinted to the archives and voila, found a shattered glass case with perfectly preserved DNA sample inside it. But do you know what is DNA? Think of it as the body's master instruction manual, the code that tells your cells how to build and run you. It is found mostly inside the nucleus of cells, though a small amount also exists in the mitochondria. DNA has the famous double helix shape, like a twisted ladder. The rungs or the steps of the ladder are mainly made out of 4 chemical bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. And all the features which your body showcases, including your hair color, the type of your hair, the skin color, are all decided by the various patterns in which these 4 chemicals are arranged. And here's the important part. Humans share about 99.9% of their DNA. So forensic scientists focus on the tiny 0.1% that differs between people. This small difference is enough to identify someone from a single drop of blood. At the crime scene, investigators found biological traces on the shattered glass. Now they moved them to the laboratory after carefully collecting them. The cells must be broken so that the DNA can be removed. Scientists add chemicals that dissolve cell membrane. Imagine popping microscopic water balloons. Now the DNA still contains a lot of impurities. So after cleaning it thoroughly with alcohols and high-speed spinning machines, you obtain a pure DNA sample. Well, the crime scene DNA is often very tiny, sometimes just a few cells. To analyze it, scientists use a PCR or polymerase chain reaction. This reaction copies the DNA millions of times so it becomes large enough to study. Next, scientists determine the STR or short-term tandem repeats, the repeating DNA patterns that vary from person to person. They act like a genetic barcode. By comparing multiple STR locations, the chances of 2 unrelated people matching becomes incredibly small, like 1 in a quintillion.
Oh my god.
The DNA fragments are then analyzed by the machines and computers. They read the DNA signals, identify the STR patterns, detect contamination, and compare the profiles automatically. Now finally, the crime scene DNA is compared with the suspect sample. If the STR patterns match across all the markers, computers calculate the probability of a coincidence. When the odds of random match are extremely low, the DNA evidence becomes very strong. Now getting back to the Arctic cold storage. After doing all this process, we discovered that the victim was killed by the watchman. His DNA exactly matched with the DNA on the glass plate. Who? What began as a mystery hidden behind lies, missing evidence, ended up with science revealing what humans tried to conceal. Tiny fragments of DNA invisible to the naked eye had reconstructed the entire story. The case is closed.